This episode of Cities and Streets is underwritten by Yet Unknown Publishing, home of Camden's signature movies and events.
Hi, I'm Camden. Welcome to the program. Thank you so much for tuning us in, dialing us up, and logging us on. Now, don't confuse us with those other travel programs. We're never going to take you into the lobbies of any grand hotels. We're not going to give you any cooking tips. And we're never, ever, 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 ever going to quiz you on any of this historical stuff. We're just going to show you the sights, okay? Let's go.
So, here we are, we're in Bucks County in Pennsylvania, and we're at pretty much the spot where Washington and his troops crossed the Delaware River all those years ago.
In this episode, we venture into the southeastern area of Pennsylvania, where the Delaware River separates this part of the state from New Jersey. This area is where General Washington crossed the river on Christmas night during the war with Great Britain. The flags of the 13 colonies are flown outside of the visitor center, where there is a statue of George Washington atop a tall obelisk. standing here beside a Durham flat-bottom boat.
Similar to the one in which George Washington crossed the Delaware.
In 1776, when General George Washington undertook his momentous crossing of the Delaware, the brownstone McConkey Ferry Inn was the only building on this site. Shortly thereafter, the Taylor family purchased the inn and surrounding land, making way for the development of the 19th century village of Taylorsville. After the expansion of the McConkey Ferry Inn, brothers Milan and Bernard built homes for themselves, the Federal-style Milan K. Tyler House and the present-day Washington Crossings Inn. The surrounding homes were built as tenant houses to comprise a self-sufficient community, including homes for the blacksmith, wheelwright, tailor, physician, and general store and post office. The 1830s expansion to Taylorsville and construction of a wooden covered bridge across the Delaware. Shortly after its completion, the structure was destroyed by flood and rebuilt a few years later. The existing steel bridge, opened in 1905, is the third bridge to be built at the site of Washington's historic crossing of the Delaware.
The river looks pretty sleepy right now on this warm August day. But can you imagine what the Delaware River must have looked like on December 25th, 1776, when George Washington and his men were attempting to cross the river to get to Trenton in their flat-bottom boats? Imagine how convenient it would have been for George and his men if this bridge had been standing here in 1776.
George, whilst I admire your ability to cross this river in flat-bottom boats in icy conditions, here is a bridge. Takes an Englishman to spot that.
We cross the Delaware into New Jersey, where we visit the extraordinary grounds for sculpture in Hamilton, near the capital city of Trenton.
Sacred lotus.
It's so cute. Oh, this is George. He's got amazing. Feels like red.
How about Got enough headshot space?
Yep.
Okay, I'm ready. Hi, I'm Cam. You rolling then? Is that what you said? We're standing here right next to the Delaware River. Delaware. We're standing here right next to the Delaware River on a hot summer day in June. We're standing here right next to the Delaware River. It's a very warm day in August. A very warm August day now. But can you imagine what the river must have been like on that December 5th, 1776?
25th.
Huh?
25th.
Oh. We're standing here right next to the Delaware River on this warm August day. Can you imagine what the river must have been like Christmas Day, 1776, when George Washington and his men were trying to cross the river? It's really nice now here on this warm August day. But can you imagine what it must have been like that Christmas Day in 1776? The river is pretty calm now. But can you imagine what it must have been like for George Washington and his troops on that December 25th evening in 1776 when they were trying to get over to Delaware? Okay. I was worried that it might be wind. The river, the Delaware River looks pretty calm right now.
I talked over that, sorry.
Right.
I was going to say about the Sleepy River.
Oh, okay. The sleepy Delaware River looks pretty calm right now. But that December 25th in 1776 had much different conditions than we see today. Oh gosh. The Sleepy River looks very calm today, right? But can you imagine what it must have looked like on December 25th, 1776, when George Washington and his men were trying to cross over to Trenton in their flat-bottom boat? Hi, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that program as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. You know, these locations are true treasures, and I hope you get to see them on your own one day. Until then, travel safely.